Hey there, this is Corey from the Weekend Experience. In this episode, we're off to Three Sisters Springs in Crystal River, Florida. With a little luck, we should get to see some manatees as they're escaping the cold Florida waters and head into the warm springs. Believe it or not, this park doesn't actually have a parking lot. The ticket taker at the entrance advised us to park at the shopping center a couple of blocks away and just walk over. Getting into the park's actually a little pricey in the winter. It ended up costing us $40 for the two of us. That group ahead of us actually balked at the price and turned around. It's a bit cheaper in the summer though, at just $12.50 a person. Alright, we made it to the entrance, now let's head over to the springs. The park has lots of information on different plants and animals in the area, but the trails were mostly empty. I think most everyone's here just for the manatees. You can often see them in the Gulf of Mexico in ones and twos, but we're expecting to see quite a few more here. There's supposed to be a trolley that comes here from Crystal River, but we haven't actually seen any sign of it. It may be not running during the pandemic. So it turns out that this park is actually a national wildlife refuge run by the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service. That means that you can use your America the Beautiful National Park Service pass to get in. I'm not sure if it gives you 100% off, or if it's just a slight discount, but it's something. Alright, our first look at the springs. At first I thought I was looking at a bunch of rocks, but this place is actually filled to capacity with manatees. If you get the chance, you have to come check out the manatees here. It is awesome. This one's just a baby. He was spending most of his time with his mama, but he's getting a bit more adventurous now. So much for going for a swim today. It's a bit chilly out anyway. I'm not sure if they were all out to breakfast or something this morning, but they're sure headed back to the spring now. Here we're looking at the entrance to the springs. You can see all the people that rented kayaks or came with a dive boat. They'll have to wait outside the roped off area because it's winter. In the summer you can actually swim in there or dive in the spring. Maybe we'll come back. The park rules are taken pretty seriously here. We saw one of the park rangers politely tell a kayaker that he was in violation and that he needed to move where his paddle was sitting in the water. It was just 2 inches inside the ropes. And the boardwalk goes all the way around both sides of the springs. Let's head down toward the other side. They are still coming in. I can't believe how many can fit in here. The volunteer guide said that there are literally hundreds in here at a time. I was hoping that this guy was going to pop his head out of the water, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. Maybe next time. There's always one in the group. My theory that he wanted a belly rub was shot down. One of the volunteers mentioned that they actually have fine hairs on their body that are kinda like whiskers on a cat. Touching the hairs can damage them. That said, if you're swimming with them and the manatee touches you, you're all good. You may wonder how much water actually comes out of a spring like this. There are 3 main springs in the area that supply 20 million gallons of water per day. That's enough water that they were originally planning to turn this place into a bottling plant. Thankfully, the local groups in the area got together and purchased the land back in 2010. The main reason you see them coming and going from the springs is to find a meal. There's nothing to eat in here in their winter home. Let's check out where this trail goes. I believe there's at least one more spring outside of the main pool. This spring is easy to see from the surface. Here's a friend we met on the trail. The volunteers were trying to convince us that it's a black racer. If he is a black racer, he's doing a great water moccasin impersonation. We decided to take one more walk around the main spring before leaving. It's a good thing too. We caught this guy doing a barrel roll. And with that, it's time to head out. It's about a mile back to the car, and we're both thinking about lunch. There goes the trolley we thought wasn't running. It must not come very often, or we would have seen it earlier. Pretty much the whole time we've been here, cars have been pulling up to the entrance and then having to leave. No one realizes that it's a park with no parking. Goodbye, Three Sisters Springs. We're off to Swampies. It looks like the kind of place that gets crazy at night, but it's pretty tame right now. We caught it at just the right time and got a table right on the Rainbow River. If the weather was warmer out, we'd be here watching all the people float down the river in tubes. What to order? The food looks pretty good, but we're really just looking for a snack to hold us over until dinner. On a day like today, I couldn't resist getting a Mad Manatee IPA. Today's snack is wings with chips and salsa. It was good, but not super memorable. I think you really come here for the view, not the food. And with that, it's time to head back to our campsite. Welcome to our home away from home at Rainbow Springs State Park. I'm sure the pups have missed us. Piper wants to give us the grand tour. There's a small playground that's closed for the pandemic, but the gift shop is open. If you forgot tubing-related essentials, they've got you covered for the right price. Apparently lots of people stay at this campground, as you can go tubing right from here. We're going to walk down to the river and check it out. You can't bring your car down by the water, so you either have to carry your kayak or put it on a cart to get it in and out. The tubing run goes from here all the way down to Swampies. There's a tram that'll pick you up there and bring you all the way back here. You can go as many times as you like. We're actually planning on coming back here in the summer when it's warmer to give it a try. It's a state park, so they always want you to know what birds are around. I'd much rather have a sign telling me what kind of snake we nearly stumbled on earlier. I'm not sure if this little theater is for lectures or a movie night. Maybe both. And there's the swimming area. It may not look it, but it's pretty cold out for Florida. We'll save our swimming until next time. Yes, that sign is in the swimming area. Swimming with alligators is not recommended. And that's the end of our weekend. It's time to head home and watch the Bucks take on the Chiefs. We'll catch you next time here at the Weekend Experience.